Looks like some of the kids are starting to wake up. No.
Yeah, just don't give her a stage or a pole because she'll never stop dancing, dude. She's just, oh, she's hilarious.
She's like rolling all over the place, just like a kitten. She acts like she has catnip. Cody's just laying there watching, like, Mom, you're weird.
She's acting. Sammy used to act like that when I would give him catnip. He acted so weird the first time I gave him catnip. I was like, did I break my cat? Because he was like 5 years old. I don't think he'd ever had catnip, and he literally, my brother's cat passed away. He gave me her old cardboard scratching post. I took it home. He kind of smelled it, like, I don't really know what that is, and he ran away. And so I left it sitting in the middle of the dining room. And in the middle of the night, I hear this strange scraping sound. And I come out of my bedroom, and I look out in the hallway, and he's out there, like, pushing it around with his face. And I'm like, what on earth are you doing? You are so strange. And I went back to bed, and I think I put a pillow over my head so I couldn't hear him, because I was like, I'm tired, and it's like Saturday night, and I don't really care what you're doing, you're just being weird. And I came out the next day, and I was like, did you pee on it? Like, what did you do? Because there was this giant wet patch. And then I was like,
this drool.
Yeah, I was like, well, I have to smell it, because I need to figure out what it is. And I was like, no, there's no smell. I was like, and then I saw him later, like, laying on it. I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. You drooled on it so much that you soaked through like a 2-inch sheet of cardboard with this like 4 or 5 inch ring of drool. Oh, that cat loved catnip. He'd never had it before, and he thought it was like the best thing ever. And I was like, you are the strangest animal I've ever owned in my life. Yeah. He was like a person, but in a black cat body. He was not just a cat. He was a man in a fur coat. He was pretty hilarious. Oh, you have their attention.
Yeah, whenever I get one of those new catnip, a brand new catnip log or catnip banana, it's so through.
Oh yeah, no, Boris and Rio are just terrible. Like, my friend gave me, her cat passed away, and she had catnip vegetables, and I came out and I was like, why did it change color? Oh, that's disgusting. I was like, you guys drooled over it. They're like it was like one of them was an eggplant, another one was a carrot, and another one was a pepper. And the red pepper was like dark red, and I was like, that's really strange, because it was like bright red. No, it was dark red because they had, one of Boris or Rio had drooled on it. She is making contact with the outsiders, like she lives in Signs, the movie. Nala is putting her paw underneath the door, and I can see someone walking back and forth on the other side of the door, and so she's putting her paw, try to make contact, E.T. style, with other felines. This is hilarious. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yep, he's right here now. Oh, we got a toy.
Best toys ever. If you ask Rio, this is the best toy ever. If I do this,
still got a sleeping one right there.
Yeah, Keely's passed out. If I do this, Rio will come. It's not as effective to get him to run to me, but he's way less like when he shows up than if I do it with a laser pointer, because he knows the click of the laser pointer. He thought that the laser pointer noise sounded like the button on my old iPhone, so I'd hit the button and he'd come running because he'd think I had the laser pointer out, because he must have killed the red dot. So this is about as effective doing things like this, because I will do this and he will follow it back and forth with his head, and he chirps at me. He thinks these are the best toys ever, John. Thank you for having him like a toy that's like $3 for a 10-pack. It's greatly appreciated because it saves me money. And I'll buy a 10-pack and I'll leave it on my bed, and I come back and there's 2 on the bed because I'm an idiot, left them unsupervised, and I'm like, where are all the springs, Rio? And he won't tell me because they're spread throughout the house. And then I'll come home from work and there'll be like 3 laying in the middle of the floor in the hallway, and I'm like, I see you got the toys out today. He kind of like looks at me. I'll pick one up and shake it and throw it, and he'll jump in the air and catch it. Because he's a big boob.
I'm trying to handle their claws so they get used to their claws being touched for trimming purposes. They need a trim.
Yes, they do. Deal with it, little buddy. Sometimes you're gonna get held and you don't want to.
I sat down and just before the power went out. I briefly sat down. I'm like, no, actually, it was after the power. I was shutting down the computers downstairs, so during the UPS, and I sat on a chair and I felt something right here. I was like, what the? And then I felt it move. I was like, ah, like that. Looked down. The light was off, so it's hard to tell. I thought I saw something move on my chair, but I couldn't see anything. So I was like opening the folds and all that. I was like, skidder.
Why are you telling me this?
It's dead.
Oh my god.
It's dead.
Oh, dude.
Like right here.
Ah. Ah. Sorry, Echo. Yeah, no, I don't. I have to say, you did sell me defective cats because they don't know how to kill spiders for me, and that really makes me depressed. Because I'd love to be like, Rio, eat it. Because there was one in the bathtub a few weeks ago, and I'm like, I put him in the tub, and he was like, ah, and jumped out, and I was like, you're no help. The vicious hunter that you are no help at all. Defective cats, John. Can't believe you sold me defective cats.
Siberia was a spider, about that big. Bless you. Well, we gotta keep you another week. Somebody sneezed. Just kidding. If you're interested in adopting one of these kittens, we're not accepting applications yet, but you can get ready. You can go to purrfectpals.org and download the pre-adoption questionnaire PDF file to your computer and fill it out in advance. Pro tip, if you save it and open it on your computer, not on the website, it's edible. You can just type in what you want. But go ahead and type up a cover sheet. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, your cats, your pet, any existing pets, your home, that sort of thing. It gives us a better idea than just a vanilla form as to where they might be going. Yeah, that goes back on your sandal.
Good thing I bought 2 pairs of those when I was in Hawaii. Speaking from experience, as a person who has 2 of John's cats, they are some of the best cats ever. And I don't just say that just because they're my cats. They're Rio pretty much had no fear of anything. He was more annoyed when I brought him home to be stuck in a carrier for about 10 minutes than he was of me. Like, he took to me super quick. Boris is a little more neurotic for no other reason other than that's just his personality.
One of our better jumps.
But he hid from me for maybe an hour or 2, and I just sat in the room with him and played on my computer and was like, well, I'm going to be here, and if you want to hang out, you can hang out. And he came out and hung out with me after, I don't know, like a couple hours. He more would get freaked out because I'd locked him in the room at night, so he could kind of have his own space. He'd get more nervous when I would come in the morning to say hello to him and feed him before I went to work. But other than that, he was super fine, and Rio's been amazing, and they're both very friendly, nice, socialized cats. They weren't afraid of human touch. It was just like, you're new, and I'm kind of concerned about these things. But other than that, they were fine. They're great. They have a wonderful start in life. They are fed very well and well loved, and I have no idea how you give them up every single time, because I would end up with like 50 cats.
Not easy.
You do a very good thing.
Thank you.
We are all very appreciative that you share them with us.
Well, if you have not heard yet, when the power was out earlier, I came in to check on the kittens before Andrea got here. And that's it, Andrea.
I,
Yeah. And I found Maze and Echo on the other side of the fence. So it has begun.
do they know there's stars in the ceiling?
Yeah, glow in the dark stars too. This used to be a child's room. That
Really?
explains the
I
really
figured this was your
funky.
computer room
No,
with like funky, crazy colors behind the white wall and stars in the ceiling. Sounds like a great nerd room. Come on, it's a big deal.
mine's downstairs. About the same size. In fact, it has a little closet area just like this. Yeah, but it's like I still need to finish painting this one of these days. But it's like this: brown, blue,
And then
white, and yellow.
Really? No, no child
And-
likes that.
And it was
Why?
all the way around.
Oh, why? No, people. Like, I can kind of understand the blue or maybe the brown and then the blue, but why is there a yellow at the top? It doesn't even go with either of them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, by the way, I did not teach Boris to eat bra straps.
Stupid kid. I can't have plastic in the house. And part of the reason he's so fat is because if I don't feed him, he just chews on literally everything he can find. Like, I come home and there's like a bag and there's a hole in the side of it. Oh, that's been at my house. I got a box. It has packing tape. The packing tape has to go immediately into the garbage can. He just chews. He just picos on everything.
The mouse skin. The toy mouse skin, I should say, the rattle mouse.
Oh, that's adorable.
Rex and Fives are chasing. If you have not seen it yet, I posted a couple pictures on the critter room of Cody and Keeli snuggling, or Cody snuggling against Keeli, and and then I posted a picture of Nala resting on my shoulder, licking my ear. I think that's actual leather.
It looks like it is. It looked like it was real leather with fur on it.
Big fur, probably glued on.
Oh,
I know.
I cut. Oh, I cut you. Oh no. Vicious knees. Yes.
It could be pleather.
No, that's leather. I can tell by the way it looks.
I know. Just for them.
Probably because if they eat it, if your animal eats it and it's leather, it's like at least somewhat natural. It's not PVC or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Maybe your Fives. Yeah, if you find it, if you adopt Fives and you find that you have to kiss his belly, he does not push. He pushes back, but he does not use his claws when he does so. Why not?
Yeah, Rio greatly enjoys belly pats. He invites and begs for them constantly. Boris.
These guys
Boris
are going for belly rubs too.
Yeah. Boris likes it, but if I pat the belly, then he knows I'm trying to play with him, and then I can play. But I mean, he normally Boris is a little more playful with belly rubs, but I can kiss his belly whenever I really want to, as long as he's not like riled up in it, because that's dumb. But I can usually kiss his belly with no problems, and he doesn't really care.
It's right there. See it?
Do you want him to wear it like the Devo hat?
He knows it's in there now.
Very good. You cleared it this time, sweetie. Dorian. Oh, Dorian.
Socks. I think Socks is such a butthead. He just lays down on the other side of the door.
He's tormenting.
Yeah. He's the only reason why he's doing there, so he can hide from when I try to go in my bedroom. He's not allowed in my bedroom, and so he can like rush the door. He's extremely bullheaded, does not know what the word no means. You could push him back 5,000 times, and if he the 5,001st time you don't push him back, he's through the door. Little fall. Hey, little tear.
You've been caught. He's so cute. He's got a face.
Anita asked if you were surprised at how big they are and how dark they've gotten.
I expected them to be this big, but it's still kind of exciting to see them in person. But it's really cool to see the color differences that they are. Hi. You're not going to be scared of me again, are you?
Yeah, 2 months ago, these guys were close to being newborn, and they were all white.
They were all... you could kind of start seeing the color changes. Because you could tell, like, because Maze has just been sleeping the entire time I'm here and has no bothers. If you want a chill cat, get Maze. She's she's pretty chill. But she's very white. She's sitting over there outside the cam. But she's the only one that stayed that light. All of them. I figured Fives was going to get dark, but I'm impressed as to how dark he already is.
Now, he's the darkest of the two, between him and Rex.
He's dark. Keely's gorgeous. Keely's got the shadow stripes. A minor wrestling match behind us between Rex and Echo. This little girl. She's still tiny. She's just a little tiny thing. It's gonna be a little cat. You're very tolerant. Thank you.
But she already got the skin.
You're very tolerant. Thank you. Oh, he has licks. Good job, licks.
Echo just walks up. Bam!
Oh, I'm not going home while this is happening. This is what it was doing at my house earlier when I was like, I'm not going outside. I'm going to melt. This is how hard it was raining.
And about 5 minutes after you sent that, it started doing that here too.
It is pouring outside. I hate driving in it when it's like this.
Yeah, if I do know that there's a couple people that are interested in Nala, and the real way to increase your odds of adopting is to get 2, because pairs will have priority over singles.
Speaking as the person who only wanted 1 cat, 1 kitten, that's a trap. Because I can tell you that Boris, I loved Boris. I still love Boris. But baby Boris was never more adorable and more infuriating at 3 a.m. when I would wake up to this very cute little face right here, purring loudly, mewing in my face and rubbing on my chin. And I was like, oh my god, this is what it's like in a very small way to be the parent of a newborn, because he would not leave me alone. And I have to go lock him in there. And we did that for about 2 weeks, and I was like, no more of this. We can't do any more of this. So I was like, we have got to go. You have got to start getting locked up at night, because I could not handle him. So if they need a friend, whether it's an adult cat you already have or a sibling, they really need a friend, because Boris was very cute. Boris wasn't that needy. He's needy, but he's not that. I don't think he's much more needy than anybody else. But the minute I got Rio home, even though he pretends that he hates Rio, they rarely wake me up at night. The occasions I get woken up is because there's a mad race through the house and galumping, and they run up on the bed. That's when they wake me up. Otherwise, and they normally don't do that. Otherwise, I'm good. So
one thing about Siamese cats, and it's very obvious that these guys have strong Siamese, is that they are very active. They tend to be vocal. So if you get they're very playful. So if you get two, they'll play with each other instead of hunting for something to play with, namely something that moves like a person.
My money would be on Rio having the Measers gene in him because he gets excited and he goes cross-eyed almost immediately, and he never shuts up. Oh my! Pavel and Valentina, Boris's siblings, his parents came to Average Joe, and they asked me. They were like, "Does Boris talk a lot?" And I said no, not really. And then I went home, and he was just meow meow meow, and I was like, "Why did I not realize that Boris talked a lot?" I was like, "Oh, I know why. It's because Rio talks more." So Boris talks a lot. Rio talks even more, and it's in a very chatty Siamese way. And he'll meow, and I'll turn around and be like meow, and he will and jump up and come after me. Which is why everybody, when I was in here, when they were in there still, and you guys were laughing at me because I was meowing at the cats and meowing back and forth with them while they were crying, it's because I'm just used to just responding and talking to a cat. Because I'm used to Rio. That's what he does. He talks a lot. So they likely will chat a lot, but I don't find it annoying. I just find it adorable, and they talk to me, and I talk back to them, and it's just what they do.
Rio is one of my past fosters, known as Jamie from the Mythbusters. If you're planning on adopting two of these kittens, you can have your favorites, but you also have to consider how well they interact with each other. As far as these guys go, probably anyone can go with another one. But when you're, for future fosters, you don't want to adopt two kittens, one where it's super active and wrestling, and the other one's quiet and laid back and standoffish, because they're not going to like each other when they grow up.
So Boris pretends to not like Rio, but that's adorable. When Boris had his surgery last year, he would sit by the door when I tried to keep him and Rio apart, and Rio would sit outside the door and howl until I let him in. And I tried separating them when I went to bed, and they both were just sitting outside the door just crying. So I had to let him in, and I went in there, and they were cuddled up together, and I was like, I see. You do like each other. You just don't want me to know about it. So just make sure you don't have two completely... The problem is they both want to be alpha. I figured out, John, that's what it is. Boris wants to be the alpha, and Rio is convinced that he's the alpha. And so Boris constantly tries to beat up Rio to remind him, no, I'm the alpha. And Rio is just like, I don't know what the big deal is. I'm the alpha.
Boris is like, I was here first.
Boris is like, I'm significantly bigger than you. And Rio's like, I really don't care. I'm cute. Because that's what he does. But just make sure you keep personalities in mind. Because isn't that what happened to Tori? The Joni... Whoever adopted Carrie, which is now Lacey, I think she told me the day of the adoption event she'd actually originally applied for Tori, and she said no. I think that Carrie, who is now Lacey, which was Jamie's mother, would get along better with my older cat because she needs somebody that's calmer, and I don't want to bring a kitten in and have it be hyper. So.
I'm trying to lift your purse.
I know, girls. It's a pretty awesome purse, but you can't have that. This is pretty hilarious. I hope that people can see that on cam.
They're trying to drag it off the side.
I'm gonna be hated when I walk into my house tonight because it's gonna smell like 7 different animals.
Yeah, Lisa, and it probably was a CCR at first, but they probably, quit in frustration. Non-stop talking.
I know, I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
Although YouTube does have a auto CC function, which is not perfect. It can be humorous, but it's better than nothing. Like bad lip reading.
She's just a baby herself. Yes. Yeah. Now, if only you could teach Boris to do that move without using his claws when he does it. That'd be super awesome.
This?
No, the monkey arms around the wrist, but without the claws and the back feet going. He's got some pretty wicked back feet.
No, she is not cheating on Boris and Rio. She's only cheating if she takes one home.
You really like my slipper, don't you, little love? It's been you trying to kill it the entire time. She's doing. That's a little cat.
Hey, Rex. Bye, Rex.
Yeah. If you want a chill cat, adopt Maze.
Yeah, she's still laying over there.
Lay over in the corner.
I had to stretch my legs anyway.
In Paris. This is hilarious. They're really trying super hard to make off with my purse. Let's say this directly. South Dakota.
There, you can stretch back out.
No, I gotta keep moving my legs because otherwise. Yes, TMK, I will smell like other cat. You smell like other cat. That will be Boris's reaction. I'll tell. Jesus.
Let me see what mates want. So I'll go that way.
Hey, sweetheart, she's back here. No, pork. Yellow pork. No. I don't care. I don't want to. You're going to be manhandle, you little furball.
She needs it.
No. No. Dick Rio. No, don't hold me. The only thing he does is whenever I try to pick him up, he's like, no, no, it's against my will. And then like 3 minutes later, he's like in my lap. Yeah. Yes, are you Rio? Are you being Rio? Don't be a stink butt. Yeah. Forced love. Oh no. Yes, forced love. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. You're a little smaller than me. You should keep hold of. Let me go. Damn it.
Check something. Yeah, I was looking for an umbrella earlier because I was wanting to go for a walk.
Oh no.
It's not going to stop.
Oh, I'm gonna have to drag home slow.
Yeah, this part right here is still going towards us, so it's going to be like this for another hour, which is good for.
It's good for literally everything but driving in.
A lot of the areas where the forest fires are.
Yeah, well, it's because it's hitting the mountains and I can't go over it because the clouds are too heavy to get up and over.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching Lake Chelan area. Chelan, for my vacation. I like the vacation there. But it's been broke down.
Cool, I know. So I have I have a friend that lives over there that just retired that I emailed the other day and I said, "Are you okay? How are you and your wife? How is your house and how are your neighbors?" Because last year he came so he worked at Boeing with me and he commuted like Mondays he'd drive back over here and he had a place at his friend's house. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry. So Terry said like last year he came into work and he was just like, "We're okay." He had like 4 or 5 neighbors like staying at his house, or at least they were wherever they were at. He said you can come to our house and have like they all would have food and stuff and have like lunches and dinners because people's houses were just gone. And he said this year he said that they were he said that it was like seriously like 200 yards from his house, and the wind suddenly changed and took it away, and that's when his house was still up. And I was like, holy crap! Like it's fires in Eastern Washington are serious business. They're nasty.
Yeah, Washington's was changing from the evergreen state to the ash gray state.
Well, they said the problem is that they thought that the fire this year they weren't going to be able to actually get it out until it snows. Because over there, they heard something with the open complex fire not being able to get out until it snows. The other reason I don't like it when it rains this much is it can't do it in the same way it did, but 8 years ago, let's see, I'm gonna go inside and have about 8 years ago, my condo flooded when it rained like this one time in December. And it rained like 12 inches in like 4.5 hours. It poured like this all night, and I woke up, my neighbor beating on the door because we had 4 inches of standing water. Because I lived down a flight of stairs. I had 4 inches of standing water in my house because it was flooding. It was terrible. So every time it rains like this, we fixed the drain that was backing up outside and sealed it off so the water can't come out of it now. And it's rained in a similar fashion, and other things have happened when it flooded, and it hasn't flooded again. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's still every time it rains like this, I get heart palpitations.
I hope the power stays on.
Rain.
Echo.
That's sweetheart. If you're gonna climb, don't climb there. I love the plastic sheeting.
Yeah, that might stop her. I think she was, using this little gap here, but over there to climb. I had a piece of cardboard, kind of like patching it, but was folded over. She's like, I know how to get over now. Want to see outside? She's like, oh my God, I can see outside.
You don't actually want to go out there, so will you trust me?
Her eyes are all big. But you, Keely, you want to see outside?
It's fine. I don't mind.
Like her head's bobbing.
What is going on out there? I'm sure Boris and Maria are having great fun because I went out in the living room and I opened the blinds on my slider that looks out onto my lake and noticed that it was pouring like this and went like, I'm not going outside. I think I left it open, so I'm sure they're both like looking against the window. My neighbor Sarah claims that she can hear them. She's out in her deck during the day. There's a couple cats that are outside, cats that will walk along, and she'll hear a loud thud, repeated thuds, and I'm like, probably Boris, because Boris seems to think he needs to charge just about anything and everything.
Hi. Hi, bye. You gonna be friends? No, 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 no.
Keely, sweetheart, don't eat it. Should get lighter shortly.
Yeah, maybe not a whole hour, but then there's another cell after. Looks like it's the big red cork standing up. The red area is going right over Kathy's house.
Yeah. So where's the red dot where you are?
They're at the bottom of the pin.
I'm trying to figure out where. Yeah, the dark red part is probably going damn near over my house right now.
Okay, let's see. There's Everett. North Everett right there.
So the green is over my house right now. So like about where it says 526. Yeah, we're gonna get tagged.
Hi. How are you? How are you, Mama?
You don't think I have to pick you up?
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't want you to get so scared again. Keely's gonna be gorgeous with those. She's got the shadow stripes like the ghosties have. Yeah, I'd sleep in here with them too. We might tease you, but we'd all sleep in here with them too, Joe.
Hello, kid. Hello, little kid.
Oh, look at you.
He's got a little hot spot on my knee.
No, the John's knees. No. Correct.
Nose just chewing on this. It's wet.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh, there goes all sweethearts. I don't know why I didn't save it.
Keeps changing positions. I tap on and then tap on another one.
know. Don't get me started. I want to throw that phone against the wall most days. I miss my iPhone badly. I don't care if I'm mainstream.
Obtain IP address. You should be connected.
Thank you. I was like, I think I know which one it is. Why is it not letting me in? This is very strange. should go home. There's kittens. I want to go home when there's kittens. Now I see why you said you can come in here and it's time warp for hours.
Yeah. Let's see. Splash top. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. And if I were to guess how long it's been, I'd probably say 45.
Yeah.
It's called the Kitten Time Dilation Effect.
Mm-hmm.
You can experience it on both sides of the cam. It's like you think 10 minutes have passed, but in reality, 2 or 3 times that have. I didn't know that.
Well, then there's the times you forget that the cam is up, and all of a sudden you're like, where is that foreign meowing coming from? And then you realize it's coming from the speakers in your computer, and it's not up like it was last night. Hi, sweetie. I'm just gonna hang out on here a little bit.
Just stack the kittens on your belly.
I don't think I'll ever achieve the epic Shelly lap full of kittens, but a girl's got to have dreams. So that's seriously, if I ever have a bad day, because that's tagged on Tiny Kittens as like their video, I just go watch that video, and the epic amount of purring in that video just calms me down.
Yeah, Rex is starting to purr now. I'm trying to get the other ones to purr. Catch them when they're sleepy. Mace is back in that corner snoozing.
She says, no, human. I need 2 people to love on me.
For Sarah.
Yeah. Soon we will all learn to be like kittens. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that me? Or that might be Keely over there. This is a white.
That's cute.
Okay, that's Keely, so that's
That's
Mason.
nice. I was gonna say I think my money's on that one. That one being Maze, because that's where she's been hanging out all the whole time.
Sarah says it looks like you're in heaven.
Yes, I am in cat heaven. That would be accurate.
She's still at the wedding.
She's a bridesmaid. You have to be there for forever and a day.
Noah's laying on her back, scrunched up now. It's weird. She's not spread out. She's like scrunched up.
She's telling me to prevent random nursing. Did I make it at springboard? Oh, Echo, honey.
The gap was a little too wide. She couldn't get back.
Flopped down. Every now and then, Boris does something like that, and I'm like, Boris, you're a little old to be doing very oafy kitten things. He oafs off my lap all the time. Like, he has no spatial awareness. Boris, I think, thinks he's still about 3 pounds, like the size he was when I got him, because he will roll over. Like, there is endless lap, and I'm like, you take up my entire lap as it is, and he will roll over. And when he's falling, he becomes all claws, so you can't grab him. So, meow. So you have to, like, just kind of let him flail onto the ground.
Yeah, I still remember when you took him out of that carrier, that one Christmas floral thing.
Oh.
It's like she started pulling him out, and the cat just kept coming, and she kept pulling, cat. And I was like, oh, what?
And John looks at me and goes, how big is he? And I was like, I told you he's huge. And he was like, I didn't think he was that big. And I was like, you had him first. How do you...
He's still my biggest kitten since I've been keeping track.
He's a gentle giant. He's just a giant.
That was Echo's paw you just saw in camp.
Meow. Is she over there by herself, or is there somebody small over there with her?
No, she's by herself by the door.
I know I saw somebody jump over. See, you lay on me, and it'll make you even warmer. Just lay down and go. Lay down and go. And rejected.
She was this high. She was almost over the fence. She pushed the cardboard aside.
She tried so hard to just...
Oh, now she's moved over. I know. Now I know where she's trying to get over. I can fix that.
See, I'm helping. I'm making you hang out here so you can further cat proof.
Eventually, I'll just take the fence down. If they all get over the fence, there's no point in keeping the fence here. Right now, there's not much purpose to the fence, and really no purpose right now, anyways. But to keep it, well, it has a purpose to keep them on cam.
It's cat Olympics, John. Well, you're making your own parrot cat.
So I need a zip tie here, zip tie here. And I'll keep it from floating over like that. I'll probably put one on this side.
Yeah.
You are too smart.
No.
Yeah, it's like when I put Maze over the fence earlier. She went right back over here, so I knew where they were going over because she started looking up. It's like,
See, they think it's much like human children. They think that they're very smart. And you're like, no, you have tells.
Not the toes, Cody. Not the toes.
Boris Boris, he's so docile. He doesn't attack anything unless it's a toy. Except for my feet. So he purposely lays at the end of my bed and I'll stretch. And I have to be careful because I've stretched before and all of a sudden there's fangs and claws in my foot and I'm screeching. And then he looks at me like, how dare you touch me with your feet? And I'm like, little dude, that's not how this works. You're laying in the foot strike zone. And he thinks that he needs to kill my feet. And I'm like, where did you learn this from? Because I know it probably wasn't John either. He just seems to hate my feet. And tries to, like, eat them constantly. Oh, I should probably go home because the rain's not going to get any better. And I still actually technically haven't eaten dinner.
No, it's not.
It's
No, it
better.
looks like it's a little bit better. Let's do a quick check.
We're probably in the middle of the storm.
Yeah, there's a cell right above. Kicking coffee.
Oh, I think the funniest thing that my mother told me was not to swear in front of the people in Europe because I shouldn't offend them. And I was like, but they all know I swear. She was
They
like,
probably swear
she
more.
was like, no, you can't curse in front of them. What will they think? I was like, if I don't curse in front of them, they'll think I'm not Andrea. So my mother is trying to get me to be all Puritan in front of the Europe people. Oh, my mother. All right, little kittens.
Give you kisses. They're falling asleep again
As
too.
much as I like you.
Keely got hold of Chewbacca Mouse. We're trying to pull him through the fence. He's all tore up. I need to get another POS needle and a sewing kit and fix him.
So we can laugh at you on cam. Goodbye, Rex. Goodbye, little friend. Goodbye, you. Goodbye, little Cody. That's quite the look you're giving me. Is that fives? Yeah. No, that's Keely. They're not too terribly worse for the wear.
See, it's a kitten trap.
It is. Well, it's a towel. I'm gonna sit on it. You little miss. I have someone that wants me to give you lots of kisses. Yeah. Goodbye, little miss. That's from one of them. That's from the other one. That's from everybody else. Come here, little bud. Goodbye, little guy. I'm glad to see you're all big. You're gonna be lovely. I'm gonna drive somebody mad, but they'll love you anyways. It's okay. It's okay, Keely. You'll be okay. You need to get your forever person and you'll be fine. And then there's Honey Badger. Bye, sleepy Honey Badger. Goodbye, little sleepy Honey Badger. Bye, people. Nice to talk to you all. Have a good night. Where are my keys? I wonder if my keys are out there.
Did you guys lift her keys?
You little bastard. They're probably... How I lose things in a little purse, I don't quite know. I'm special. Look at them. They're like, can we have the purse? I thought we arranged... Oh, I'm being climbed. I do like you, Fives. You're great fun. You're going to make somebody incredibly happy. And you have that little sweet Rio piece. Oh, my keys are in my pocket. Never mind. Bye. Bye, kittens. Bye, little kitten baby. Wow. Wow.
You just use your foot to push socks back. Enjoy the kittens. Have a nice day.